CBC kept hitting me. They kept saying no, and they put out news reports that they have offered to help me by giving me equipment, surplus equipment. I wonder how can I use equipment if I don't have a radio station? What was I going to do with it? Go downtown and play music and dance with my black brothers and sisters? I find that to be rubbish. And even yesterday, the CBC put out a communique stating the very same thing. If you see such, please dismiss it. There's no truth in it at all. Well, the good news is, Minister Tony Clement came down to Toronto and met with us, and he decided that our community should have a radio station. And so he authorized the industry department, Industry Canada, to do a test on the signal 98.7 to make sure that it's viable and it can be used. Well, I know that it could be used already because CBC tested the signal back in 2004 and they had the results. I begged them for the results. CBC, please, can you give me the results? They said no. So I went to the government again, tried to get the information through the Information Act. Well, CBC sent me a document. They sent it in French, and it was all blotted out, citing confidentiality. They used, which was really amusing, they used a black marker. I'm looking there at the black marker. I said, this is not, man, come on, who's that? I know there's another black man there doing this. I couldn't read anything that was on it at all. In the case, Industry Canada did a test using the best engineering firm and the largest in Canada. The results showed that the frequency was good. It would not interfere with any frequencies that the CBC have in Toronto. And although those results were made public, the CBC still did not believe in it, even though they used the same engineering firm to do their work. There was a situation in Ottawa, a second adjacent situation here, which the CBC was also involved with. The same company participated. They were the lead engineering company. CBC accepted whatever they say then, but when they came to Toronto and they gave their report, CBC didn't like it. Well, I must say, after many years of struggles, Industry Canada finally, just a few weeks ago, gave the go-ahead in a letter that I'll never forget that says, we are going to approve 98.7 for use, Mr. Gordon, so that the Black and Caribbean population can have their own radio voice in the city of Toronto. That was big news. Can you imagine me getting that kind of news? I was confused. And then, I took off to the Caribbean and to cover an event, a big music, the Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival last week. While I was away, the CRTC then got into the act. The CRTC finally, they agreed that something must be done. And so the CRTC said in these words, you will be on the April 1st application whatever they're going to be doing at that April 1st process with a lot of other applicants. Mr. Gordon, you don't have to appear because you have already done your homework. You have already done what we've asked you to do. We licensed you before, and all that we required is that you get a frequency. Now, Industry Canada has said that you can use that frequency and gave you the go-ahead. We will put you on the agenda for April 1st, and you don't have to appear at the hearing at all. And I say, God, you are a great God. So ladies and gentlemen, on April 1st, we will be appearing on CRTC's agenda. And I'm saying, after all these years, 12 years in the wilderness, like Moses leading his children across the Red Sea, I know and I felt good now. I was like an hostage in my own home in Toronto. Can't go anywhere. We did a test broadcast, and in 1 week, over 6,000 calls and emails. We had to shut down our system. Everywhere I go, people are asking, when are we going to have the station? I had to stop going to functions. But thank God Almighty, I can go out now. I can smile. And I'm looking on the day, on that day, when my smile will turn into laughter, along with all our black brothers and sisters from Toronto. And I can say, yes indeed, I believe. Thanks to Minister Clement, thanks to the Prime Minister, thanks to Minister Kenny, thanks to Minister Carey, and all those who cared and helped us. But the battle is not over yet, because CBC and their friends are still trying. So I'm going to put you on notice now. And I'm going to ask you to be vigilant. I'm asking you, in the name of Black history, to step up, step forward and help us. We need to have that station. We need to educate our young people, and we cannot do it without a voice. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I call on you to join me, be a part of my team as I bring forth a radio station to my people in Toronto. I thank you all very much, and may God bless Canada.